We got shots fired 4:15 at the Route 291. Sounded like an automatic firearm. Upstairs from Mandalay Bay, halfway up. I see the shots coming from Mandalay Bay, halfway up.
Control, this is CP just advising there are people down on stage left.
We have an active shooter. We have an active shooter inside the warehouse.
It had just gone 10 on a Sunday night in Las Vegas. The band stopped, the gunfire stopped, and there was brief quiet in the huge crowd. And then the shooting started again.
Get down. Get down.
In the hospitality tents, people hid behind anything that looked like cover. The gunman pulled the trigger a third time. Jason Aldean was the big-name star on the stage at the time. He was the last act of a 3-day country music festival being held just below the Mandalay Hotel. 22,000 people had come to watch him.
They started shooting. Everybody thought it was like fireworks or something at first, and then people just started dropping around us, and everybody tried to stay down, and every time like a group would get up to try to run away, they just start shooting again. And it just kept going on and on.
Run, 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 go, 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 get the
Now, I want to show folks, if I may, you're a little cut up, it looks like, dirty.
No, I'm not cut up. I have a nick on my leg.
Here?
I basically got a lot of people that probably have passed away's blood on me, and there was a lot of dead bodies. A lot of people were just piling on top of whoever, even if they're bleeding or not, just to stay down. So I know I have a lot of people's blood on me right now.
The gunfire and first police sirens could be heard across the city. The Mandalay Hotel is the tall building in the distance. The gunman was on the 32nd floor.
We saw something that looked like fireworks. It sounded like fireworks over the side, and it was like really weird, and it was like, why are they doing the fireworks? And it popped a couple of times, and people kind of looked over, and you could see smoke or something. It was toward Mandalay Bay side, and then we saw Jason run off stage, and then people all over on the floor, the grassy area in front of the stage, were just like some were falling and some were screaming and yelling and running. And we were in this tower up on top, and it's like everyone said hit the floor. So everyone was just like literally laying on top of each other, trying to get out of the way. And the shots just kept coming. And so we were going down, and when we got down, there was a man that was shot right there. They were trying to take him out. He was all bloody and he was unconscious, and one of my friends was helping him out, and they got him out, and we ran, and everybody's hiding everywhere. I mean, they're hiding under the bleachers and the stanchions and anywhere they could, and everyone's telling us to run as fast as you can. My husband and I ran out toward our car, and there were people hiding underneath my car for cover. And there was a gentleman that was shot, and he said, "Can you help me?" And so I put him in my car, and I had like 6 people in my car, people without shoes, running just to get away. And
the Mandalay Bay Hotel is on the southern end of Las Vegas's famous Strip. The road was locked down as the police secured the area. The nearby international airport was closed and flights stopped for a few hours. Tourists and residents were ordered to stay inside. SWAT teams moved in and surrounded the gunman in his hotel room.
All units on the 32nd floor, SWAT has explosive breach. Everyone in the hallway needs to move back.
Breach.
He shot himself dead before they managed to break the door down. This is footage of that corridor shortly after that all happened. The gunman has been named as Stephen Paddock. More than 10 guns were found in his hotel room. His motive is still unknown. US officials have said that it is not connected to international terrorism, but Islamic State has claimed responsibility, and that claim is now being looked into. Las Vegas police gave televised updates every couple of hours, each time delivering the grim news that the number of dead and number of injured was rising.
Individuals that were attending the festival, the number is estimated to be 22,000, were being struck by those rounds. Currently, the Clark County Fire Department is estimating the injuries to be well over 400 and the deaths associated with this event to be over 50. I can't give you an exact number yet because we're still investigating some of the areas involving the event where the concert was taking place, and we're still exiting individuals that were hidden, and it's just a matter of a process.
In the moments after the attack, police released details of this woman, believed to have been Paddock's roommate. She is no longer a suspect in the investigation, though.
We have located her out of the country. She was not with him when he checked in. We have discovered he was utilizing some of her identification, and we've had conversation with her, and we believed her at this time not to be involved. But obviously that will be, that investigation will continue.
As dawn broke on the West Coast, the president gave a live statement into America's breakfast shows.
To have found the shooter so quickly after the first shots were fired is something for which we will always be thankful and grateful. It shows what true professionalism is all about. Hundreds of our fellow citizens are now mourning the sudden loss of a loved one, a parent, a child, a brother or sister. We cannot fathom their pain. We cannot imagine their loss. To the families of the victims, we are praying for you, and we are here for you. And we ask God to help see you through this very dark period. Scripture teaches us the Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit. We seek comfort in those words, for we know that God lives in the hearts of those who grieve. To the wounded who are now recovering in hospitals, we are praying for your full and speedy recovery and pledge to you our support from this day forward.
It was a speech heavy on religious sentiment, but it lacked any reference to America's gun laws. Inevitably, that debate will be had again, especially because Paddock might have used automatic weapons.
I believe there were some weapons found and maybe some ammunition. As far as what type or how many, I can't give that information out because I don't know it. That information will have to come through the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department.
At the Las Vegas Hotel, now in daylight, you can see 2 smashed windows on the 32nd floor, used by Stephen Paddock to fire on the crowd below him. His family say they are as confused as everyone else.
There's just nothing. I mean, it's all in the public record. He did stuff. He went to college. He had a job. You know, we owned some apartments. We sold some apartments. There's nothing. There was no
indication at all.
Nothing. That's what's so. I can't even make something up. There's nothing. Once again, our condolences. Could have been my kids at that show. Et cetera, et cetera. I don't know what else to say.
Las Vegas hospitals are busy with the hundreds injured. Authorities have asked people to donate blood at locations set up especially around the city. There was a minute's silence before trading began at the New York Stock Exchange. Flags across the United States have been lowered to half-mast. The world reacted.
This was an individual shooting randomly, a completely senseless and cowardly attack, and so many people have been killed and injured, and our thoughts and prayers are with all those who've been victims of this terrible attack.
In the coming hours, the death toll might rise further still. The names and pictures and stories of those who died will be released. It is a familiar pattern, a tragic routine that America is used to, although never on this scale.